Hi friends, welcome. This is Sandeep and today we are going to build a QA chat box which you can talk to a PDF document. Alright, we are going to use AWS and Bedrock and Streamlit for our UI, and we are going to use FAISS for our database for storing the vector database indexes, and the chatbot is going to load a public PDF and then we can ask questions to it. So without further ado, let's get into a demo. Let's see what we are going to build, and then we will see how to build it. This is the public PDF. I'll put a link in the description if you want to follow along. This is a region runs policy, right? Which ethical and clinical studies, and we're going to give this as an input. You can use any other PDF that you want, which is text-based like this, and we can ask questions to it. So this is the demo. Let's ask it, what is this document about? And it's going to do its thing. It's creating vectors and it's pretty quick because it's a small document. If it is a larger document, it will take more time. What is this document about? Based on the provided context, this document seems to be about region runs policy. All right, you can read the rest. Let's see how we can build this and how it works. So user in the browser, the Streamlit app, which we saw earlier, it loads the PDF from the URL, splits it, chunks it, stores the embeddings using Bedrock model, and stores it in the FAISS vector store. When the user enters a query, the chunks are taken, sent to the Bedrock model, which is Claude v2 in our case. It generates an answer and displays it on the user UI. Simple, right? Let's see how we are going to build it. Now, I'm going to leave a link to this in the description, but we are just going to directly jump into our VS Code. So the first step is importing the required libraries. We're going to use Streamlit. This is our web interface, our UI for local. If you want to do it online, if you want to publish this website, you can use Node, React, or whatever you want for your front end, and we will look into that as well in the coming future. LangChain document loaders. This is the PyPDF loader for loading our PDF documents. A recursive text splitter. It will split our text into smaller chunks. Okay, FAISS. It is for our storing our vectors and for fast similarity search, right? Because when we give a user query, it's in natural language, and then what happens behind the scene is it does a similarity search using the vectors is created, the embeddings, and the Bedrock model. So because the Bedrock model understands the language, right? The query language. OS, we don't need it, but I still have it. Border 3 to talk to our AWS for Bedrock. Embeddings for creating the embeddings, and you can see these are all, and we need the LLM because we are using a large language model of Claude. The first section is the UI section. This is where you see you can change it to whatever you want. You can put region run or life science, ethics, question and answer. You can replace this using PDF. This is for one PDF only, but if you have multiple PDFs, then you'll have to put a loop or something, and we'll see in the future. This is a simple video on how to do on a single PDF, but in the future we'll see how to do it on a different one, and even an S3 bucket where you can load all your PDFs. All right, so we'll see that it's coming. The first step is to initialize a state variable. Okay, I have put comments over here that these session variables help cache the data so that we do not have to run reload or recompute every user input again and again, right? It stores it creates a session for the user, so it has some context. Second is loading the PDF using the PyPDF loader. We are using a documents object, and then the second step is to use a recursive text splitter, recursive character text splitter, and our chunk size is 1000 and chunk overlap is 100. You can play with it for the token sizes, and I'm not a big coder, but you can play around with it. So the sessions which we are going to use is the sessions which we created earlier. This is just to printing it out. All right, the next step is to generate the embeddings. For generating the embeddings, we have to use a model, and in our case we are using Titan text v1. This is used for processing texts, and this is the model which is generally used for that. All right, we create embeddings over here. The next step which we could do is create a FAISS vector store. All right, in this vector store we're creating a FAISS database to store our session state as well as our embeddings and chunks, and then once the vector store is created, we'll use it. The last step is take the user input. We are using Streamlit .text input. It's just a simple text input to take user's query. I can put anything over here and it will be displayed over there. All right, and then it says you asked, just to replay it what was asked, and then we initialize the Bedrock model, right? So in this case, the Bedrock model is initialized every query, but we are going to change this in the future, that we create the Bedrock model, like we create the vector store once and then we call it again and again. Okay, so in this case we create a model with Anthropic Cloud v2. We're giving the credentials as default. This is my default AWS profile that I'm going to use. I have another video which shows how to create your own AWS profiles. I'll put the link in the description. And this is our QA chain. All right, so QA chain is equal to retrieval QA dot from chain type, and the LLM that we are going to use is our Bedrock LLM, which we created over here for Anthropic Cloud v2, and then we are going to retrieve. We're going to use a retriever. All right, so it's going to retrieve the top 3 chunks. You can play with the arguments over here. Next, this is a simple query that shows the results, as simple as that. Let's run it. I have already compiled the code. I have tested it out. That was the one which we tested earlier. Streamlit run, and this is the name of my Python file. All right, so if you see earlier it was region run, right now it is life science ethics, and let's see if it is let's see if it can give us the contact for the medical information team. Where can I reach the medical information team? Let's see. I have not tested this out. All right, and if you see, it is giving us this number. All right, and let's verify 844 region run med, 844 region run med, and that's how you can talk to your PDF documents. I really hope you like this. I'm not a coder, so it's mostly no code stuff, but if you want to deep dive into any of the concepts that we have talked, I'll do another video to go deep into it. I hope you like it. Thank you so much, and see you soon for another video which is going to be more advanced than this one. Thank you.